If you're in the South Sound of Washington right now and you've been paying attention to the real estate market and you don't know if it's good or bad because you've heard different things, this update's going to be for you. So I want to tell you about two huge changes that have happened in the last 30 days. And then I'm going to go into the exact numbers of what's going on. So stay tuned. I'm Aaron Thomas and I run a real estate team based in Thurston County. And because we look at the numbers really closely and we sell a lot of homes, it allows us to give you the most up-to-date information possible and allows us to predict a little bit about what's going to happen next. So let's talk about those two biggest changes. The first one is that we have hit a high for the most amount of homes that we've seen all year long be listed and actually be active on the market on the first of the month. The second biggest change is because we had that 48% increase, we're finding, and maybe this information is not quite out there, but again, we sell quite a bit of homes, so we're seeing this happen, is those sellers that wanted to time the market, they wanted to be greedy a little bit and they wanted to overlist their property. Those are now the homes that are not getting all the offers and aren't selling easy. So now is not the time, at least right now, to be listing the home that's worth $500,000 and trying to be listing it at $525,000 or something like that. We're seeing those sellers sit on the market a little while. So let's get into the numbers, exact numbers. So as you can see from the chart, we hit a high in August of this year, 726 new listings, up from 670 the previous month and then 599 the month before that. Comparing it to last year, we're pretty close. We're still higher, but we're seeing it be a little more normal as it is every year when it's not a COVID year. So we talked about things normalizing in a non-COVID year. So check this out, active listings. These are the ones that are on the market on the first day of the month that anybody could buy. And we talked about it going up 48%, which is great. If you look at it compared to last August, it's off by 1. It's the same number. So again, normalizing. The market is normal now. Up from 218 and up from 205. So that's a lot of inventory that got added that people could go out and buy, and that's a good thing. So let's talk about the pending deals. The pending are the homes that are under contract, haven't closed yet. And as you can see, in the month of August, we had 673, which is pretty close to last year, 652. So again, normal market. Up from 682, up from 631 in June. And so the market is normalizing. It's a lot of people purchasing, and it is what we expected to happen. And what I predict will happen is because we had so many extra actives and because I'm seeing so many sales happen, is that next month, when I tell you the pending numbers, they'll be even higher. So that brings us to the sold homes. These are the homes that went under contract and closed successfully. And in August, we had 605, which was up 8% from July at 561, up quite a bit from June at 457. Last year it was 564. So what does this mean? Again, normal year, same amount of homes, slightly more closing. This is all normal stuff. It's a good thing. So the next three things are staying almost the same. And the reason is the market has been good for so long that they're just staying consistent and they can't really move that much. And so we're talking about the months of supply. That's a measure of inventory. And it did go up from 0.4 to 0.5. Again, it's so far less than 1. It's inconsequential. It doesn't really matter. It just means there's not a lot of supply. The second one is the days on the market. The days on the market is staying the same because people are listing homes at the end of the week and still selling them by Monday. So it's staying at 5, and it's been 5 for months. The average amount of showings is the third thing. That's staying the same as well because the activity is still high and it's still the same, and it can't really go from 21 to 40 in this market, and it's not really going to go from 21 all the way down to 5. So these things are staying consistent because the market has been so good for so long. So the next thing I'm going to explain is the average percent of list price. So if you have a home and it's $400,000 and the home sells for 100%, that means it sells for $400,000. If it's 103, that means it sells for an extra $12,000. So that would be 412. And so what I want you to know about this is that number has been steadily increasing all year. It's went in the last 3 months from 102.9 to 103.4 to 103.7. And last year it was only 100.7. What does this mean? It means that there's a lot of still multiple offer situations where homes have closed in the last 30 days. We're now getting those statistics and the numbers are high. What I anticipate will happen is that this number will start to go back down a little bit because I'm seeing less offers on properties. So average percent of list price last month was 103.7. Really good number if you're a seller. So if you're a seller, this is probably all you care about. You're a buyer, you might. So the average sales price. So what's going on with home prices? So again, lots of multiple offer situations. Those multiple offer situations are still there, but they're calming down a little bit. And so as you can see from the chart, the average sales price in Thurston County actually retracted a little bit last month. It's probably an anomaly. It'll probably go back up a little bit, but it went backwards $2,554. So what's going to happen next is you'll see that this is going to stabilize a little bit, maybe go back up. It's tough to predict exactly, but the point being, it actually is showing the market kind of calming a little bit more. Not as many crazy multiple offer situations driving the pricing up. So from last year, it's still up $78,815. So if you're a seller in Thurston County, that's how much you've gained in the last 12 months. So I know what you're thinking. That's a ton of information. It's more numbers than I've ever seen. But how does it apply to me if I'm looking to buy or if I'm looking to sell? I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of numbers. And what do they mean to me? So if you're looking to buy, just know that right now is the time where it might be a little bit easier and you should probably jump in. You should probably partner with a really great solutions-oriented lender and real estate agent that matches that, and keep looking. You will get something. So if you're looking to sell your house and you've been watching the market like a hawk, you've seen it go up really sharply and you're wondering, like, is now the time? It's okay to explore your options, because what's probably going to happen is the inventory is going to shrink again during the fall months, which it always does, and now would be a good time to see how that looks for you. So if you're confused and you need help with either one of those two things, exploring what you could buy, or maybe what the house is worth that you own, do me a favor, reach out to us. My team and I would be happy to support you.